Welcome to Mind Mechanics Lab, where we decode the most fascinating stories from history, science, and the world around us. Today's discovery will change how you see things. Let's dive in. What if I told you that the second largest empire in recorded human history wasn't built by a seasoned king from an ancient dynasty, but by a man born into a nomadic tribe, abandoned by his own people and left to fend for himself in the brutal steppes? Think about the biggest companies today: Apple, Amazon, Saudi Aramco. Now imagine a single individual starting from absolute zero, building an entity so vast it covered an area that scholars are still debating the precise boundaries of. That's the story of Genghis Khan. His empire at its peak was so immense that only one other in all of history, the British Empire, surpassed it in sheer land area. We're talking about a scale of control and influence that beggars belief, especially when you consider his humble and often terrifying beginnings. How did a man born Temujin between 1155 and 1167 achieve such an unprecedented feat? He wasn't handed a kingdom. He forged one from scratch, uniting disparate, warring tribes and turning them into an unstoppable force. This isn't just a history lesson. It's a masterclass in leadership, strategy, and understanding human psychology under the most extreme pressure. Today, we're diving into the mind mechanics of Genghis Khan to uncover the principles that allowed him to build the largest contiguous land empire the world has ever seen. Every empire has an origin story, but Genghis Khan's is less about a noble lineage and more about raw survival. Born Temujin, the eldest son of a Mongol chieftain, his childhood was shattered when his father, Yesugei, died when Temujin was just 8 years old. In a cruel twist of fate, his family was immediately abandoned by their own tribe, thrust into near poverty, and left vulnerable on the harsh Mongolian steppe. This wasn't just a setback, it was an existential threat. Temujin quickly learned that survival often meant making brutal choices. He killed his older half-brother Bader, a shocking act that solidified his position within his struggling family unit and sent a clear message about his resolve. But it wasn't just ruthlessness that defined him. Temujin possessed an undeniable charisma. This magnetic personality started attracting his first followers, individuals drawn to his strength and vision. He formed crucial alliances with two prominent steppe leaders, Chamuka and Togrul, leveraging their combined strength to rescue his newlywed wife, Berta, who had been kidnapped by raiders. These early experiences, marked by betrayal, violence, and the necessity of building trust, laid the foundation for the man who would one day unite an entire people. Temujin's path to becoming Genghis Khan was not a straight line of conquest, but a complex dance of alliances and betrayals. His relationship with Chamuka, once an ally, deteriorated into open warfare, leading to a significant defeat for Temujin. Yet, he resurfaced in 1196, swiftly gaining power. The turning point came in 1206. After regrouping from a surprise attack by Togrul, whom he then overpowered, defeating the Naiman tribe and executing Chamuka, Temujin was left as the sole ruler on the Mongolian steppe. This wasn't merely a victory, it was a strategic consolidation. At an assembly in 1206, he formally adopted the title Genghis Khan, but his genius wasn't just in conquering, it was in organizing. He understood that to build a lasting empire, he couldn't rely on the old, fractured tribal loyalties. His most profound strategic move was transforming the Mongols' tribal structure into an integrated meritocracy. This meant loyalty and promotion were based on skill and dedication to the ruling family, not on clan or lineage. He even thwarted a coup attempt from a powerful shaman, demonstrating his absolute control and commitment to his new system. This radical shift was the bedrock of his empire's success, consolidating power and ensuring long-term stability. The effectiveness of Genghis Khan's meritocratic reforms and unified command structure wasn't just theoretical. It was proven on the battlefield through unprecedented expansion. In 1209, he led a large-scale raid into the neighboring Western Sia, securing their agreement to Mongol terms the very next year. This was a crucial first step, but his ambitions soared higher. He then launched a relentless 4-year campaign against the powerful Jin dynasty, culminating in 1215 with the capture of their capital, Zhengdu. This wasn't just a military victory, it was a psychological blow that reverberated across Asia, demonstrating the Mongols' unstoppable force. His brilliant general Jebe further extended Mongol dominion by annexing the Central Asian state of Korakitai in 1218. The following year, a diplomatic incident, the execution of his envoys, triggered Genghis Khan's invasion of the vast Khwarezmian Empire. This campaign utterly toppled the Khwarezmian state and devastated the fertile regions of Transoxiana and Khorasan. Meanwhile, his generals Jebe and Subutai led an astonishing expedition that reached as far as Georgia and Kievan Rus'. This relentless expansion, driven by a highly organized and motivated army, cemented the Mongol Empire's reputation and its territorial claims, illustrating the sheer scale of his strategic vision. Genghis Khan's empire wasn't built on brute force alone. It was a masterful application of behavioral psychology. His charisma was the initial magnet, drawing diverse individuals to his cause. But to truly unite a fragmented people, he tapped into deeper principles. The shift to a meritocracy was a brilliant stroke of social identity theory. By dismantling old tribal structures, he forced a new identity, Mongol, loyal to the Khan and the empire, not just a clan. This created a powerful in-group identity, fostering cohesion and collective purpose. Furthermore, his leadership leveraged reinforcement theory with surgical precision. He was intensely loyal and generous to his followers, offering clear rewards for dedication and bravery. This positive reinforcement built unwavering allegiance. Conversely, his ruthlessness towards enemies served as powerful negative reinforcement, instilling fear and deterring opposition. This dual approach of reward and punishment created an environment where loyalty was paramount and dissent was unthinkable. He also embodied cognitive diversity, actively welcoming advice from diverse sources. This wasn't weakness, it was a strategic move to gather varied perspectives, enhancing his decision-making and adaptability. He genuinely believed the shamanic supreme deity Tengri had destined him for world domination, imbuing his actions with a sense of divine purpose that further motivated his followers. Genghis Khan didn't just conquer. He systematically dismantled and absorbed his rivals by exploiting their inherent weaknesses. His early struggles against former allies like Jamukha and Togrul taught him invaluable lessons about internal competition. He learned to regroup after defeat, to leverage surprise, and to be absolutely decisive in eliminating threats. What set him apart from the Jin dynasty, Western Sia, and the Khwarezmian Empire wasn't just military might, it was his revolutionary approach to organization. While his rivals were often bogged down by entrenched feudal systems, internal squabbles, and reliance on inherited status, Genghis Khan's meritocracy was lean, agile, and fiercely loyal. Promotions were earned, not given, ensuring the most capable leaders were at the forefront. This allowed for rapid decision-making and unparalleled coordination across vast distances. His army wasn't just a collection of warriors. It was an integrated, disciplined machine, fueled by a clear chain of command and a unified sense of purpose. He shattered the traditional power structures that his rivals clung to, replacing them with a system designed for efficiency and expansion. By understanding the psychological underpinnings of command and control, he built an organizational model that simply outcompeted anything his opponents could muster. While Genghis Khan's strategies led to an empire of unparalleled scale, they came with significant risks and a controversial legacy. His ruthlessness, while effective in consolidating power and deterring enemies, came at an immense human cost. The Mongol army under Genghis Khan killed millions of people, a stark reminder of the devastating potential of unchecked ambition. This extreme approach meant that while he fostered fierce loyalty among his followers, he also generated deep-seated hatred and fear among conquered populations. His posthumous reputation vividly illustrates this dichotomy. He is remembered as a founding father and deified in Mongolia, but viewed as a backwards, savage tyrant in regions like Russia and the Arab world. This highlights the inherent fragility of the system built on such extremes. Perpetual rebellion was a constant threat, as evidenced by his death in 1227 while subduing the rebellious Western Xia. Even his own family faced challenges, with a 2-year interregnum following his death, before his son Ogedei acceded to the throne in 1229. The challenge with such a centralized, personality-driven system is that it's often difficult to sustain beyond the founder, risking internal strife and fragmentation once the original charismatic leader is gone. His methods, while yielding immense success, carried profound ethical and practical long-term risks. Yes. So what can modern leaders and entrepreneurs learn from a nomadic warlord from the 13th century? First, Genghis Khan demonstrated the immense power of unifying disparate groups under a common vision and a clear, meritocratic system. Forget inherited titles. Identify and empower your best talent, regardless of their background or previous affiliations. Build a culture where contribution, not status, is rewarded. Second, understand the psychology of incentives. Be fiercely loyal and generous to those who perform and uphold your values. Conversely, be decisive in addressing underperformance or disloyalty, ensuring your core team knows exactly where they stand. This isn't about violence, but about clear expectations and consequences. Third, embrace diverse perspectives. Genghis Khan welcomed advice from all sources, recognizing that a broader range of insights leads to better decisions. Don't surround yourself with yes men. Finally, his story is a powerful lesson in talent, adaptability, and resilience. He faced abandonment, defeat, and betrayal, yet he consistently regrouped, learned, and emerged stronger. In today's rapidly changing business landscape, that ability to pivot and persist is invaluable. While his methods were brutal and belonged to a different era, the underlying principles of leadership, organizational structure, and psychological motivation remain profoundly relevant. How can you apply a meritocratic mindset to your team, foster unwavering loyalty, and remain resilient in the face of adversity? That's the actionable lesson from the mind mechanics of Genghis Khan. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, hit that subscribe button. New discoveries every Tuesday and Friday. Until next time, keep questioning, keep exploring.